We should keep it just like that.
Just like that?
Yeah, you look like a pile of mush. If you turn the focus ring all the way to one side, you'll be in focus.
I did that, and it didn't.
Now
My
it's worse.
God. What about now? I feel like I look hazy.
Nope, that's bad again. And see, this is why you shouldn't have interrupted me when I tried to tell you what to turn off. You didn't need to turn off autofocus. You just needed to turn off the eye tracking thing. You just had to turn off the square on your eye.
Oh, well.
Nigga.
How do I do that?
No. Who knows? We're never going to know. Bo, it's good to see you, by the way. I like how your setup works.
It's good to be seen.
Okay, do y'all see my hand moving? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it.
You know what? We just go keep the square on your face.
No, I feel like this is
niggas don't listen.
On my face. Oh my God!
It's a big ass box on your face.
Your whole face now.
Fucking Minecraft character.
Shut the fuck up.
Last night I was just watching the Game 7. I don't know if y'all. I know Papaya don't watch sports because she's a girl. Bo, did you tune in to Game 7 at all?
You sick neck ass bastard.
What is Game 7?
Of the baseball World Series? Okay, well, I'll give you a little brief recap. Mm-hmm. Right. My nigga. See, as the editor, you know, I'm gonna have to hear that over and over and over again.
What happened in World 7?
That's why you got words on your screen.
That's fine.
That is exactly why you have words on your screen.
That's fine.
Right. Mm-hmm. My whole city was very excited because we almost got to the World Series for the first time ever, but then we were beat by Toronto's team, right? Very embarrassing as someone who hates Canada. So Canada got to the World Series with Los Angeles. And so everybody's saying, you know, Kendrick versus Drake part 2. You know what I mean? World Series goes on. They're going back, forth. They get all the way to Game 7. And here's the thing, right? I'm talking as someone who doesn't watch baseball that much. That's one of the greatest things I've ever witnessed in my life. And it was beautiful because my team wasn't in it. So I didn't have to be that like emotionally invested, but it was still like the most dramatic, suspenseful shit I've ever seen. This is the craziest part. This is the craziest moment for me that I saw. Somebody hit a ball. Short story is if the ball hits the ground, the game is over. If the ball hits the ground, Toronto wins, right? Somebody hits a ball far as hell. Guy is running to catch this ball. This other dude comes out of frame. He's also running to catch this ball. These two men run into each other. They still catch the ball. That was the craziest shit that I saw. The LA ended up winning. My mom texted me as soon as they won, all caps. She said, fuck Drake. It was a beautiful night.
I'm going to meet your mom one day and I'm going to hug her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask her questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some issues there. I really don't think they're her fault. But I have to ask somebody.
All right, John. Look at her trying to calculate. Anyway, welcome back to the Professional Minorities Show. Episode 5. Real quick, Bo, did you see episode 4?
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what.
You wouldn't have been proud of us.
That's what I expected. We did you see the 5 minutes where we talk shit about you?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Papaya, how's your day going?
Great. Now that I know that Bo doesn't know what we said, you know what? I lied. My day is horrible because this whole impending like shutdown of food benefits for Americans that pay taxes and deserve those benefits. Don't do that when I start talking. You shut that shit up. No, but
nigga, fuck you.
That's the team I'm on. This whole impending loss of benefits for Americans and their families. What's been really interesting is the men who've been gloating. This has been like, finally, you'll talk to a man that makes $40,000. You'll have to depend on us again. My exact reaction, your face, right? Because they were literally like, yeah, now that benefits are stopped, you're going to have to talk to men that make $40,000, $50,000 a year again.
Broke niggas up.
Yikes. Imagine wanting someone, but knowing they only need you for help and you're okay with that. But then in the same breath, y'all hate gold diggers. And they also restored the benefits. So bitches still ain't gonna like you. You know? And I just thought that was, outside of like the idea of families going hungry and our federal workers not getting paid, seeing that level of happiness for children to not get fed, the elderly to not get fed, and you're just like, finally, a woman will sleep with me. Yikes. She's hungry and she sleeps with you and you're like, yeah, you like this, don't you? And it's quite literally, no, she doesn't. She's hungry. Full stop. She hates it. And I just seen so many men like, yeah, you'll finally need a man in your life. We are in weird, I mean, the times have always been weird, but
That's
now the
weird.
niggas at the bottom of the totem pole, like we at the top. And no, you're not.
Making
Because
$40,000 a year?
you probably can't even afford the groceries she needs.
No, you can afford your groceries.
He can't even afford his. He's also on food stamps. That's what sends me is that it's the niggas on food stamps celebrating that somebody else ain't getting food stamps. Or like I've been seeing people so infatuated. They be like, they buying crab legs and lobster.
So you got to give me more context. You texted the group chat yesterday or a couple days ago. I don't pay attention to when you talk. And you said that they're forcing the administration to resume SNAP benefits.
Mm-hmm. There was a
Yeah.
federal judge.
A federal judge ruled that they have to use the reserves. Like
The
they have
contingency fund.
contingencies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
And
like
so
5 billion.
they have to. They ruled that they have to use that. They were kind of like trying to wiggle out of it, like, well, we don't know if we can like legally use these funds. Let's find out
Yeah.
how we can legally use these funds. And they're like, use the funds.
Mm-hmm. It says here in an interview on CNN, Treasury Secretary Bessent said that the administration would not appeal the court ruling, while adding that finding the funds to pay SNAP benefits by Wednesday this week could be done. If this weird looking man and his people get their shit together, then SNAP benefits will be back this
The
week.
thing is, the USDA had on their site that was always what those funds were for. So they collect funds federally yearly, but they also store them, right? And so that's their rainy day fund because they understand that the government shuts down, people still have to eat. They understand that while we haven't had shutdowns that's lasted years, they plan for shutdowns that last years. So the fact that this was weaponized against Americans, like if the Democrats don't give us this bill, you're not going to eat. That literally doesn't have to happen. That's a choice. The federal judge had to step in and say the USDA has to remember the guidelines in which they get money from us anyway. The USDA gets contingency funds. So we give you a surplus of what you need for you to put it to the side. Not for you to have it and then be like, I'm going to allow the president to use it how that's not what the USDA funds. That's not what you're for. And so the idea that this would be weaponized against Americans, it's disgusting, right? We're not just talking about Democrats going hungry. We're talking about Republicans. We're talking about veterans. We're talking about children. 16 million SNAP recipients are children. You're going to let 16 million children go hungry? I think like 6 million are veterans. They've served our country. They've done what they if nobody earned their check, they did, right? If nobody earned their right to have food, they did. And then we're looking at the elderly, right? Those people have been paying into Social Security since, we believe the dream of having a pension in this country. Why do we think it's okay to take their food away because we don't get the bill we want? And so I hope that this is a wake-up call to a lot of Americans that believe in trickle-down economics, that believe in these billionaires caring about them. They were about to starve you, but I don't know if that judge is a Democrat, but a judge said that is not okay to do. They were about to starve you. They haven't met for 6 consecutive weeks. The House of Representatives, the Republican House of Representatives haven't met for 6 weeks straight.
So I feel like if we know that the SNAP thing was like one of their really big,
It's Toothless. He came over here, so I thought
being held hostage.
He came over here.
Did he though?
I'm sitting on the couch. He's still here. That's the thing. He's walking over my laptop.
Harassing that cat.
He's harassing me.
Okay, John, you got it. Well, if we know that SNAP was, one of the Republicans' really big one of their really big, points of pressure, I guess. for the Democrats, if that goes away, what do you think happens next? SNAP benefits resume, and then that's
Mhm.
off the table.
It gives Americans a chance at having normal healthcare premiums. So what it does is it doesn't fix the issues, but it puts a buffer for healthcare issues. If they privatize health insurance, we're talking about millions of Americans getting kicked off health insurance, even if they have a job. We're talking about families losing health insurance. And so while it sucks that families could potentially go hungry, but we either brave through the potential hunger or we look at health insurance crisis that we had pre ACA, where health insurance companies are denying you for pre existing conditions. They're kicking you off for newfound conditions. They're choosing not to pay for new conditions and rehabilitation. That's what's at risk. And a lot of people aren't paying attention to that. They just think like, oh, the Democrats are holding out because they don't like Republicans. No, they're holding out because the new, um, in the corporate world, new healthcare premiums are about to cycle where you're about to select your plans. You're about to
Hmm.
select, if they hold out till then and we lock that in, most Americans are good. Most
Okay.
Americans will be good.
Yep.
If they were to not lock that in, these companies 2 days before those health insurance premiums come out can be like, yeah, it was going to be $100, 120, now it's 320, $400.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to hold out because they let them get the previous bill off before this one, right? And they said, oh, we'll have time. And then they weren't expecting this bill to come in and be like, you don't have time. So they have to hold out, or a lot of Americans.
I'm looking up that date right now.
It's gonna suck. I think it's like the latest is early December.
Okay. That I didn't know that. That makes a lot of sense though. So yeah, it's ghetto outside. I don't know what to tell you.
It's
But
good as hell.
at least it appears that people are going to be getting their food soon. Bo,
Hmm.
how you doing?
I'm alive.
Type shit. Type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sometimes that's
Well,
all you
girl,
can ask for.
what you say? What you say, Papaya?
I just didn't know that you weren't gonna be.
I mean, some people weren't when they didn't wake up alive today.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
woke
people
up
Like
died today.
alive.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the hatred in your heart keeps you going.
A little bit. I
feel
do.
like
I definitely reserve a certain amount of hatred that keeps me going.
I feel like you're safe.
You think
Like you're
so?
gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next month, next year.
You
You're
think do you think death is gonna leave me untouched like the carrot stick?
at probably in better condition. You won't have a coochie on your
Definitely in
neck.
better condition. You're right
Yeah,
about that.
you won't have a coochie on your neck.
At least I won't have a nussy.
A nussy. Yeah.
Bo, you say you're worried about Venezuela, or not Venezuela, but you're worried about conflict with Venezuela and what that means, what that looks like.
I heard about Venezuela's concern about possible attacks. Now, I do know that it has been denied, but I do also know that of all of like the founding members of OPEC, Venezuela it has been one of the ones that we have been harassing for a long time because they have a huge amount of oil reserves.
Mm-hmm.
And so I I wasn't extremely good at math, but I was okay with math. And so when you put one and then this other one together and then they make two, I feel like it's undeniable. I feel like they're about to go after another country's resources. Because on
Mm-hmm.
OPEC, they're the likely they're one of the likely countries that we will go after next. Because we've asked nicely. Well, not really nicely, but we've asked them over and over and over. And Venezuela was like, every
Yeah.
time. And so because Venezuela don't want to get in bed with us, well, you know what the carrot stick does. He said grab them by the so he finna go grab Venezuela by the coochie.
What I think is happening, and I think this is a sad. I ate this lemon head, and I didn't mean to, but I think this is a sad reality. We're about to start seeing a lot of G side more than what we see. I mean, look at what's happening in Sudan, the Congo. Look what's happening in the Ukraine. Look what's happening in Taiwan. Look what's happening just in Gaza alone, right? That's been the most documented one. But the Congo and Sudan, just as horrific, and they're funded by the UAE, Sudan specifically. What we're about to witness is the G side of Venezuela from the direct hands of the US. But what we've learned is the countries that have the ability to stop us won't do anything because they're also comfortable and complacent in the idea of their chance to also inflict G-side on other countries when it's their turn.
Yep.
If they let us do it and we see them doing it, they're gonna be like, "But we let you do it.
So shut your mouth about us.
So shut your mouth about us." Matter of fact, send some aid,
Help.
right? Help us.
Hmm.
What we're looking at, it's not one particular power source at play. And I think we did a really big disservice as people thinking like it was one specific demographic at play of corruption and atrocities and adversities in the world. We've always said it's this certain culture or group of people. We have to remove that ideology from our mind. It's a certain power at play, and that power is greed, gluttony, and conquering. It's not one race or culture. That's the only thing they bond over is their ability to conquer, pillage, harm, subjugate. But it's not one specific person. It's not one specific demographic. And I think because we were so focused on one specific demographic, especially with everything with Gaza, right? We were focused on like, this is, they're evil. They're not the only evil. And when you pay attention to one evil and you allow the other one to congregate and be like, they're paying attention to them, let's get this plan. The US, we pulled out of our environmental pacts and our wind energy pacts that we made with other countries to have clean energy. And then we also turned around and said, Venezuela, we want your oil.
Yeah. The only thing I've known about Venezuela when I started hearing, I haven't looked into it. When I started hearing something about, conflict, war, Venezuela, blah blah blah. The one thing that I did know already was that Venezuela has a lot of oil. And the thing that popped up in my mind was there's a show on Amazon called Jack Ryan with John Krasinski. He plays, like I don't fucking know. He's an agent. In the first episode of the second season, he's talking about like what do you think is gonna be where do you think there's gonna be a conflict, or who is it gonna be with? He's like teaching a college. He's giving a thing, at a college, and people are like Russia, China, blah blah blah, and he's like, what about Venezuela? And everybody's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he brings up these points about their natural resources. And this whole thing about like covert operations in Venezuela, blah blah blah. That's literally what that second season was about.
And
I got no idea what the fuck is supposed to happen with that, but
now
yeah,
I do want to give my conspiracy theory because I saw this documentary about Hugo Chavez long time ago. Long time ago. I don't know what made me watch it. He's painted as this like really bad guy in
hmm
the United States. And so I watched this documentary on him and they loved him. He was a really great president in Venezuela. And I was like, this is a really beautiful story. And then Hugo Chavez passed away. He was one of the presidents that was like, he ain't want to have nothing to do with it. He like, nope, you good. You can stay over there. We don't need nothing from you. You ain't getting nothing from us. It is what it is. And then, ta-da, he not here no more. And so it's just and so I just put a math problem out there. I'm not gonna equals.
yeah,
I'm not gonna do that. But that's my conspiracy theory personally. But I do admire who Hugo Chavez was as a president.
that makes
And here's they
go ahead.
hated him because the oil wealth. You see a lot of countries that have a lot of wealth and investments in oil. It stays within a certain conglomerate of that country, right? Not everyone's benefiting from that. He believed heavily in distributing that through social programs of the country.
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, the country was making money off oil, but you were also benefiting from it. How infuriating must that be to see all this oil and to see the people getting help with the oil? And you're like, let me get some oil. And they're like, we don't want to give you our oil. So we're going to give them freedom. We're going to create that there's a million conflicts going on in Venezuela, and it's the most war-torn country we've ever seen, and we've seen nothing like it, although Uvalde high schools can probably rival it in school shootings. And we're gonna go in there. We're gonna go in there with our big boots, lack of health care, and we're gonna be like, "Let me save you."
Mm-hmm.
And then after we pillage them, in 10 years, we're gonna have in the textbooks, "Saved Venezuela from itself,"
Mm-hmm.
just like we saved the Middle East from itself. Them poor people, the displacement, like it's so infuriating when you sit and think about it. When you sit and do the math, when you sit and put everything together.
Yep.
We could literally have a world where no one is going hungry and no one is starving. And that goes into the next thing I wanted to talk about, GMOs. I love GMOs. We are in a place in the world where no one has to be hungry in 2025. Like, no one has to be hungry. We have enough food to feed every American for years to come. We have enough food to feed everyone in the world for years to come. And that is through the help of GMOs and through the production of us being able to grow produce quicker. If we were doing it how it was back in the day, we would be able to like barely sustain a city with produce. Produce didn't grow at the rate that it grows today.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot of crops that were wasted, harmed, wildlife was getting them, a lot of things. You know, we're in such an unprecedented time where I was reading this article, and it was a waste article, but it was talking about the benefits of eating organic only, right? And I'm like, this is such a scam. The health industry is such a scam. The health industry tells you if you're not eating organic, if you didn't kill the chicken yourself and take the feathers off of it yourself, which Bo be doing if y'all don't know. She bite the chicken raw. Actually, she just takes the feather off and just, chicken be alive. But they tell you all these things. That's hateful. But it tells you all these things like you organic only, fresh poultry. And it's like it's this luxury within food that if we're not careful, we're going to create such a social bubble of what it means to be really enjoying life. Because like I was seeing people make dinners out of Spam. Now, granted, I don't know what's in Spam. I don't eat Spam. I smelled it one day. It went for me.
I think that people in them other countries know something we don't. Now, I've had
They be
Spam
fucking that
before.
Spam up.
I know. I've had Spam as a kid, and I vowed to never eat it again. But I feel like if someone from another country was like, try this, I'd be like, you know what?
They be
Let me see.
fucking. When they put the rice on it with like some veggie and some seaweed, baby, they be fucking that Spam up. Or like they do like a little Spam bowl. I'd be like, my God. Here's the thing. We've gotten to
I
a point.
literally told y'all that I like spam musubi, and y'all made fun of me.
I
Who
did
was
not make
you?
fun of you.
I didn't make fun of you.
Now that's a
Well, one
lie.
of you niggas is lying. Okay, we're
Who's
gaslighting
lying?
on a
Come on,
Sunday.
man. Do we have proof of that?
Gaslighting on a Sunday.
I
Great.
We
feel
have
like
proof of that?
We've
I feel
talked
like we
about
may have.
spam before,
Yeah.
and I said, "What about when you put it on rice and wrap it in seaweed?" And one of y'all said something
didn't.
racist. I don't know
I
which
did
one it
not.
was.
I would never say that. Moving on. Stop
Mhm.
distracting me for the fact that I'm trying to talk about inequality.
We know who the lie is coming from.
And Bo, and I'm glad you're admitting that. But
Go ahead,
we're
John.
getting to a point where like it's gonna be a luxury to just eat. It is a luxury to eat. It's a privilege to eat now. But I see so many people get online and be like, you hate yourself if you eat anything that's processed. Damn, a bitch can't have a bagel. A bitch can't enjoy a little cream cheese. Because remember the clean girl aesthetic, right? Where you had minimal makeup, hair was pulled back, bushy eyebrows, probably a little mustache, but you show that you didn't alter yourself, right? Like, remember the clean girl aesthetic on TikTok? That was a big thing and they all look the same. Now it's like, if you want to have a quick meal that fuels your body, it just has to be the freshest of the freshest produce, best oils ever. And if it's not, you hate yourself, you're a gluttonous fat bitch, and you're going to die. And it's like, when did health culture turn into like
shaming?
It's beyond shaming. It's like,
I've heard you call someone a gluttonous fat bitch before. Oh wait, it was me.
I mean,
sorry. Go
That's
ahead. Keep
that's
going.
that's typical. That's where it came from. She made up
Hmm.
the phrase.
Yeah. That's your favorite thing to call somebody.
Hmm.
You gluttonous, thick neck bitch. That's all you.
Yep. Continue though. Continue.
Hmm.
Just because you're wide and dangerous. Not my camera
Where
went
did
out.
you go? Your camera knew you was lying too.
Yeah, your camera knew you was about to start disrespecting. That's what you get.
Is it back?
No.
Nope.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna love this
No,
portion of the video.
no, wait, because I
Mhm.
took it off the
I'm gonna
thing.
choose a new photo every time this
It's
happens.
back.
By the way,
Your boy is back. That's a quicker turnaround than last time, so I feel like I'm getting close to solving this.
this
But
time I'm gonna use a picture of a triceratops.
fuck y'all. Back to what I was saying. I think we're getting into a time where, like, I was listening to someone speak, and they were like, if you eat anything with a label, you're killing your body. You're only supposed to eat 4 times a week. And I'm like,
What?
only 4? After a good swim, a bitch is ravenous. And they're making it seem like this is the epitome of health. They're like, we're not supposed, the words are sitting, we're not supposed to sit up here and eat. We're not supposed to do XYZ. We're not supposed to. And I'm like, who told you this? And it was like, back in the day, we didn't eat every day. I was like, yeah, we used to live till 30.
Yeah.
Like, people remove the reality and it'll be like, we didn't eat every day. Yeah, they didn't have access to food or refrigerators. And once the meat spoiled, they couldn't eat it because they knew that they would die. They
It's the
also used
same.
to,
It's an
yeah,
anti-vaxxer argument.
they also used to eat random mushroom. Hey, Cleo. You and Cleo got the same hairdo today. Same color. I missed you last episode, bro. But it's the same argument where people are like, they're like, yeah, they used to eat super healthy and they were all fit. First of all, they were probably all on the brink of starvation and barely surviving, and they weren't eating every day, and they were dying at 30. Now, if someone wants to make the argument, you don't have to eat 3 times a day. Fine. You can make that argument. Saying that I don't have to eat every day and we're supposed to fast all the time, I know your breath stink, because when your gut is empty and you're hungry and you haven't eaten, and the smell that comes up when your stomach doesn't have anything to digest and it's just in stomach fluids going in there spinning around, breath smells like the ass crack of a villain that hasn't seen sunlight in 40 years, ain't washed his ass, nothing, just people spitting in his ass in jail. That's what it smelled like. So that was crazy.
Mhm.
But
That's how I know she made fun of you and spam.
That's how I know that was the one. That was the one
Mm-hmm.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
One day we're gonna
Creamy.
talk about. One day we're gonna get into the relationship you have with the Asian community, but we can do it another episode. Don't worry about it.
I didn't even say anything about the Asian community.
So now we're just okay. All right.
My dislike for spam is because of the Americas.
I've recorded. All right. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead and play it. But my dislike for spam is because of America, because they used to put that shit next to the Vienna sausages, and Vienna sausages stank. And I smelled that shit one day and I was like, that stank too. And so I never went back, because you're not gonna catch me in that Vienna sausage aisle.
It's not. You're not supposed to open a can of spam and pull it out and start chomping into it like it's apple.
Then I don't want it. That's what I do with my sardines.
Thank you for reminding me that you are obsessed with sardines, because I just want everybody who's watching this to know Papaya often sounds like she's making sense and she's a level-headed person, but I promise you, y'all don't know the real her. Y'all don't know the real her.
Y'all know me. I love y'all.
You have not experienced the real Papaya.
And now this is a gangbang, and I don't like that.
She's not somebody.
Yeah,
Slow down, low down.
Yeah,
What
exactly. You see
are we
how
doing?
you see how you got to redirect the room right there? That's called action or something. But yeah, you see how you got to stop him because it was going to lie on my good name, the name God gave me.
She just threw like a puff of smoke down.
Pocket fit.
Pocket fit. Whoosh.
with the cloud. Pocket fit.
Nigga start jumping me. Pocket fit.
like this pocket fit.
Y'all not getting me.
If a nigga threw pocket fin at me and it went into a cloud, I would be mad. Because, like, aerodynamically, you're gonna breathe that in because it's fine enough to go into your airway. You are high.
This is what we deal with.
No, everything. I have seen the same. I've seen this trend also, where I only have one memory of organic food. It was when the organic shit started like popping off when I was, from my memory. I was a child, and I remember when Safeway introduced Safeway Organics, and there was a whole section in the store. They made a real big deal out of it. My mom, bless her heart, she was like, "Well, I want us, my children, and everybody to be healthy. Let's get the organic food." And I remember getting home and eating that food, and I was like, "This is the most disgusting shit I've ever eaten in my life, and I will not be eating it again." We never bought that shit again. This organic shit, eat what you want. Just don't tell other people what they should be eating.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's something that's actively harming them. But don't do that condescending pro health, anti accessibility,
Yes.
bullshit.
Yes.
Like people live in food deserts in anyway.
Not only
No.
do people live in food deserts, but the label organic is just predatory. The shit be like organic, it still got pesticides on it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the organic be right next to the other stuff. It'd be
It'd be
growing in
like
Yeah.
like the same field as the other stuff.
it'd be
Mhm.
like regular non-organic, organic shit still got the same amount of wax on it. If y'all don't get the fuck on someplace,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then here's the thing. You can have produce, and I tell people this all the time, and I really want people to listen to someone who's really like, Bow Gardens. I'm doing the indoor irrigation system. These items will not say organic, but they will have less preservatives than your organic items. Because organic just means they don't use certain pesticides and preservatives. It doesn't mean that they don't use any. And so when people are like, just eat all organic, like, no offense, Whole Foods.
No, complete offense, Whole Foods. I don't know what to
There you
say.
go. This sound like
Offense on her.
it's between her and y'all got it.
Yeah, no, hold on, wait a minute, because my thing is,
Go ahead.
right? No, finish what you were saying, Bo.
Get that off your chest.
Because I'm like, yes, I do shop at Whole Foods, but I do know that Whole Foods standards for their food the bar is in hell. I just would like to say, no one understands that whole foods is the whole food. And I get it. GMO, we live in a GMO world now, and I get it, but don't claim to be like the pinnacle for like quality of food. Just say we give you the best food we can.
I agree. Here's the thing with Whole Foods. People be like they hate GMOs but eat pineapples. And they'll eat the pineapple because it says organic. They'll be like, this is organic pineapple. Babe, that was genetically, they bred that to get that. Or they'll be like, these are organic bananas. That's a GMO, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Corn.
Mm-hmm.
People be like, don't eat corn, it doesn't digest. Corn is amazing. I love corn. I don't care if it comes out whole. That means I didn't chew good enough.
We know what you read. Weirdo.
And I got recommendations for people if y'all need them. But my thing is,
yeah, Papaya wants to start a book club. Do not join it.
And so I just wanted people. I want to point out that evil look that she gave as soon as you said that one. Yep. And so when she has that look in her eyes where like all humanity has left, don't listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
She got that. She be having that serial killer vibe going right here. Yeah. The approach is your own. Is your own risk. I don't know what to tell you.
Allegations, you're safe with me, But when people have these conversations about like what it means to be organic or have organic stuff, it just rings to me that we're trying to place luxury on everything to keep othering people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, you eat apples that don't say organic? Weird
broke bitch.
Broke ass bitch. You drink. I am that way with water, but I would never.
I'm glad you could acknowledge that.
I would never. Well, I did that to them bio people because they made me mad that day. But I would never make a video and be like, you drink this water because you hate your kids. If your kids don't drink this water, you're a bad parent and you want to kill your kids. You don't love yourself. Like, we have to get out of, especially when we're finding luxury in small things, because we can't actually afford luxury. Like luxury, like true luxury, is time and the ability to waste time and garner wealth. You eating pink clay is not luxury. It's available to everybody. I just don't want to spend $13 on some shit that tastes like Play-Doh. I can go to Toys R Us. I got, well, not anymore Toys R Us. You gone, miss you, gang. But I can go to goddamn Target and get some Play-Doh. You know, people, because they can't afford luxury in their eyes, they want to exclude themselves from what normal people do. And I can go all day about this accessibility talk, but I won't spend all this time on it. But I'm just so tired of like the have and have nots, and none of us are in the 1%. If I was in the 1%, I'd be a villain. Let's start there.
You're a villain now.
But here's the thing. I would be a villain eating a fucking regular ham and cheese sandwich on a private jet. Because guess what? They do that. Rich people be eating the shit that people like us be like, that ain't healthy. They be eating that shit.
That's because they can afford doctors we can't afford.
They be going to Chipotle. People like, don't eat Chipotle. They ass be in Chipotle. Give me extra sour cream. They ass be eating ham and cheese. God bless. I love Beyonce. I love her to death. She was eating a ham and cheese sandwich on her private jet. You can eat that Pop-Tart. You can eat that Pop-Tart. You're fine. You love your kids. You know?
That's a good point. The people want to attribute luxury to things, real luxury, or things that literally are not accessible to regular people. People have gotten too obsessed with status and doing everything they can to portray status. And then they've, what can I do to prove that I am better than you, like in some way, or I am higher value than whoever's sitting right next to me. And it's just like, bro, just eat your fucking burrito and shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. There's way more important things going on in the world.
Yeah. I love a good burrito.
Sadly, that's the culture of the United States, othering people. Like they literally othered themselves. That's why they ended up here. They were othering people since they've been here. And unfortunately, that is the culture of this country. That is the history of this country. Now, this is what I will say. I personally do not like a whole lot of processed food. Yes, I do eat processed foods, but my body does not like them. The female body does not like them. Huh?
She be eating shortbread cookies.
I do.
She be eating them goddamn Dorito tortilla chips from Whole Foods. She got my card with some nacho. Yeah. And then had the guac dip. Mind you, about to go make her food at home. You want some? You're going to hell.
You listen, because you like it. So, but
you eat every flavor sardine under the sun. I don't know why you're talking.
You do love sardines, so
every flavor,
with some hot sauce and mustard.
Every flavor that can be found. It's like chips for you.
Now shut your mouth. So
barbecue sardines, sour cream sardines,
sour queen.
Sour cream sardines, sweet and sour sardines, whatever that pickle, whatever you could possibly find. You're a connoisseur.
Seaweed chips.
First of all, seaweed chips are.
I'll start eating these on the mic right now just to piss you off.
I'll leave.
Don't
try it.
Hate on seaweed chips. I want to go get me a bag now. Leave. But I want people to stop telling people what they should and shouldn't eat, especially when they don't know what people have access to. But people, like, I live in a neighborhood where there aren't many grocery stores. Well, there aren't any grocery stores, if I'm being honest. What are y'all laughing
at? Nothing.
This nigga's childish, bro.
Cause you gonna cuss me out later.
It's not important. You can go ahead, bro. Is that a box of nerds? What was that? You're so annoying.
It makes the conversation because my face is getting red from laughing.
That's because you're white. Now, so I don't want us to discourage people just because they can't access certain foods. I will say that the female body does not like processed foods, does not like processed meats, stuff like that. I can tell you that. I can tell you what your body doesn't respond well to, but I can't tell you what to eat. And I think that that's wrong because people are just doing the best they can. Now, I do want to say that whatever produce you can get your hands on, soak it in vinegar, wash your produce, soak it, get all of the things off of it that you can, do the best you can to eat actual like whole foods if you can get your hands on it. Other than that, listen, we just all trying to survive out here with a government that's actively trying to rid us off the planet. So we just out here trying to live. And so I can't judge somebody and how they try to survive. Because if you try to judge me and how I try to survive, then I'm gonna cuss you out. So
If you don't mind, in the last couple minutes of the podcast, I wanna switch topics. A lot of people are convinced that given a list, a healthy list of groups of people, a lot of people will choose Muslims as the biggest threat to American society. When I asked them why, so many of them have said, look at what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan. Do y'all know what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan?
no, what?
Okay. Well, residents in Dearborn have raised complaints about a mosque using an outdoor loudspeaker to broadcast the Islamic call to prayer multiple times a day. The concern is partially about volume, timing, such as very early morning, and whether it disrupts quiet zones. A petition was submitted at a city council meeting citing that the loudspeaker output had violated city noise decibel rules in some cases. The city police did decibel testing and found instances of ordinance violation. Supporters of the practice say that the call to prayer has been broadcast in Dearborn since the 1970s and argue it is analogous to church bells and other religious public sound practices. I'm not from Dearborn. I for damn sure am not from Michigan. I'm never going back to that state for the rest of my life. Apparently, this is something that's been going on for a very long time. And I've been talking to people for the past few weeks that have been saying Muslims are coming to this country and they're trying to change our way of life. You see what they're doing? They're playing the call to prayer.
Hold on. Do you know how beautiful that is? Do you know how beautiful that sounds?
Yeah, the call to prayers, the Muslim call to prayer.
I would love if that happened in my neighborhood.
Not a call to a player, but the call to prayer is it's better than them big ass dun dun dun
Them stupid
dun.
bells.
The
Yeah.
fucking bell. Imagine being asleep. Dun, dun. Oh,
Somebody just died. That's what that means.
You mean to tell me I can get serenaded? Because that's what it feels. It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And you want bells over that? Shut up.
Here's the thing. The reason they hate Muslims is because Muslims have more discipline when they practice their faith.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a Christian and you know that you are undisciplined, you know that you are not in fact following a word of that Bible, you know that it's been translated 11 times, it offends you. It's something in you that it offends when you see a motherfucker walk in their faith and say, nah, that ain't right. And I know it ain't right. And I don't need to prove to you it ain't right. I know it ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
You see a motherfucker pray 5 times a day and you barely prayed this week and the only thing you prayed for was to get help on your overdraft bills. When you see a motherfucker who can be in a room full of people that's eating when they fasting and they like, this is what God wanted me to do, and they didn't waver in that, but your fat ass can't you eat every 2 hours. When you see a motherfucker who don't want to put no pork and liquor in their body, but they're not offended if you do it in front of them, they're not telling you that, that stirs something up within you because you have to be loud in your faith because you're not faithful. You have to be loud in your faith because you sinning every day. They can be quiet in their faith and go pray, and that pisses you. You see that little rail come out, and you like, that motherfucker's finna bomb this goddamn CVS.
Mm-hmm.
He's just there to get some orange juice.
One of my favorite coffee shops here is run by Muslims. I didn't know.
I bet that coffee good as a bitch. They
It's
got some
so
good
good.
coffee. I know it is.
Oh, they
I
chai
know
is
it
so
is.
good.
Do they got some pastries up there?
Yes, they do.
I know they do.
And that's what I'm
I
saying.
know they
Like,
do.
so I
Mm.
walked in. I found it in the summertime. And y'all know I like to walk
Mhm.
around with gym wear on. I'm sports bra and
You're
shorts
a
all day
whore.
long.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm okay with it. So sex is good. So here's the thing. Well,
That after what you
so
What is this episode about? Like, what are we? what are we doing?
so I walk in, and the first time it was nobody but me. The second time I went, there were all of these like really beautiful women in hijabs, and I'm like, shit.
I know you felt like, oh,
So I walked in and I was like, oh, I felt like a whore. And so I walked
not
up
the
to,
scarlet letter.
I did. I walked up to the girl at the counter and I was like, excuse me, I don't want to be offensive because I had on a sports bra and shorts. I was like, I really don't want to be offensive. But is it okay that I'm in here with this on, because I don't want to disrespect anything that anyone else has going on here, because you can see what everyone is doing. And I was like, I don't want to be around people who respect modesty and who live their way and be there like that. Not that it would make them uncomfortable, but you know what I'm saying, like you want to respect where you are.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, no, you're fine. She was like, that's what we wear. She was like, but we have no expectation of you for that. I just wanted to be respectful, especially because, like, what if a woman was there with her husband, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to be respectful. I said that to say they're extremely non-judgmental. I've never seen anyone like admonish people, tell them that they should, except for the men. The men will do it all day long. But that's a certain subset of them. But
Mm-hmm.
usually when I go into the places where the businesses that they own, they're extremely respectful of whoever comes in there. You do what you do. This is what we do. Don't tell us what to do. And so I really appreciate that. And I really wish that Christians would get on board with that, because that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But they are the least threatening, because, Christians will be in church with the skirt up they butt in cleavage, and they be like, you're not supposed to. And I'm like, ma'am, shut up. Right? They're the loudest in
The
any
Christians
room.
are just poisoning our water supply, making our kids dumb, and protecting pedophiles on
That's
that
all.
island.
That's all they doing.
And you know what? I'm really mad, and because I'm really mad at our government, the House Speaker. I'm glad that he won't swear that lady in so we can get them files. That's pissing me off. I know that we're nearing time, but that's another conversation. He's refusing to swear her in. She would be that 218th vote for those files, for that secrecy, and
Mm.
the fact that we're just letting him continuously not swear her in. He's actively not doing it. Who the fuck? We have to. If America has nothing, we have our government. We have to stop letting people embarrass, because our government is supposed to be Big Daddy. We're supposed to be afraid of it. Right now, they shaking their ass, and the government look like a bunch
Shaking
of
their hips.
whores. Hey, gyrate, look like whores. And I need somebody to think this ain't American government. We ain't supposed to be looking like hoes. But I mean, this has been a great episode. This has been an amazing
Shaking ass is
episode.
important. It's a good cardiovascular activity. It keeps your
What's important?
spine moving.
Shaking ass.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's what
Yep.
she said was
It keeps
important.
your spine lubricated. It's a good leg workout. So I support shaking ass.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in with us today.
yeah.
I
Bo
just
will
heard
be
shaking ass.
hosting workout classes of shaking
Of
ass.
shaking ass. I support it.
Tamo will be hosting classes on how to cook spam.
And wrap it in seaweed.
And wrap it
And
in
by the
seaweed.
way, I'd like to try that
And I will be hosting a book club
with the serial killer eyes, and so do it at your own risk. We have warned you.
You're literally safe.
It's nothing but sinning going on in those books,
You're
bro.
literally safe. You're literally safe. Like,
You see the
safe.
blackness in her eyes, like all humanity has left.
We've
There's
never been
nobody
closer
there.
to humanity, conjoined, if you will.
Well, this has been a great episode. John, Bo, thank you both for joining.
No problem.
I'm glad you figured out how to use your camera.
I'm
Finally.
gonna smack the shit out of you. Call me John again. I'm gonna smack the
We're
shit.
proud of you. Do you know why I'm calling you John?
We can talk about it when we're not recording, but I have a guess.
I don't think she knows, Bo. Bo, you know why I'm calling her John, right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Why are you calling me John?
Don't worry about it. I thought it'd be really obvious. But anyway, comment down below if you know why I'm calling Papaya John. Papaya's a little slow, so, she's going to be thinking about it all day. Thank y'all for joining this episode 5, The Professional Minorities. We'll be back next Friday with another episode, and we'll see if Papaya has figured it out by then. Thank you.
Probably.
Well, fuck you.
And bye.